Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Girl Gone Crypto. Today I've got Max Krupyshev, the CEO of CoinsPaid. So Max, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you very much for having me. Hi, Leah.
So just to kick off, I know we've got a lot of exciting things to dive into with what you guys are currently building, what you have been building over the last few years. But just to kick off, give us a high-level overview of what CoinsPaid is.
It's always hard to answer with each one. So we are a
Right.
platform, right? So we already have a bunch of stuff really
Mm-hmm.
happening. In a few words, we are a payments company. So we allow online businesses to accept crypto as a payment method. We have a bunch of smaller solutions for retail clients as well, but most of the services are kind of B2B. That is why just a random folk never probably heard about us. We're mostly focused on businesses.
Mm-hmm. So, kind of break that down for us. You mentioned crypto transactions. So, I imagine allowing businesses to accept crypto. Kind of walk us through the different tools that you guys offer to your business clients that you work with.
Yeah. So speaking about the ecosystem features, right? So we have a hot wallet, which allow them just to build simple applications without spinning the nodes. Then we have a second layer where they have also the liquidity, so they can use wallets plus liquidity. But then those are who are just existing businesses. They don't want to build anything. They have a payments API, right? So they use a payment API. They integrate it as any other, as a PayPal, as acquiring, whatever,
Right.
and it just works. And basically, there are two main features. How can you accept payments, right? I mean, as I would assume, majority of the viewers might be from US, so they heard about BitPay, right? So BitPay is kind of like the one of the oldest players, and they use e-commerce checkout, right? So you click I want to buy, you're redirected to the page which says send this amount of crypto to this address within the time period,
Right.
right? This is, if you think about this, is completely unnatural for crypto, right? It's natural for the PayPal when after this you just only have to click one button, yes, right? And with crypto, you're like, what? Now I have to see the QR, scan the QR, do the copy of address, enter the amount, then check what's the fee on the Binance from which I sent. And it becomes a mess. So the second flow, which I thought was amazing just before we invented the third one, it is channels. When you basically create for every customer, you create a dedicated address for any crypto that they want to receive. So for example, if you have a platform, I don't know, it's mostly for platforms, not for e-commerce. But
Right.
honestly, majority of the merchants in crypto are not shops. They are some platforms, I don't know, freelancers, esports betting,
Right.
esports tools, right? When they trade the World of the Warcraft swords and so on. They have internal balances. So you create them a tool to fund the balance. So for example, if they say, I want to fund with Bitcoin, they give you one address and say, you can send money to this address any time of the day and night, and it will fund your account in USD, right? So it will convert automatically, and you don't really have to go to that website anymore, right? You can just save it as address and send. But the third one, are you curious?
Yes.
Because with the second one, now they have a problem with like, okay, there are a bunch of cryptocurrencies, bunch of blockchains. And what is new that all of the tokens, all of the cryptocurrency tokens are now
Right.
existent on all the blockchains. You can send Ethereum, not only on Ethereum blockchain, you can send Bitcoin,
Right.
not only on the Bitcoin blockchain. And now my merchants who have no idea how crypto works, they're like, wait, so how do we decide? So the third method is then when we redirect them to the page where they can select which coin, which blockchain, and just have a dedicated address again, but when they already selected everything. Because for the merchant to integrate hundreds of possibilities, different blockchains, different
Right.
currencies, it's a nightmare again. So anyways, it's a lot of fun. We always kind of like try to keep up with the market, with all these new needs and so on. We are one of the leaders, so we kind of have to.
So, when you were talking about it automatically converting, let's say, into US dollars, is that an option that the platform can decide? Can they decide to hold it in crypto, or does it just always automatically get converted into fiat?
No, they basically our API is like a Lego, right? So they can build any logics that they want.
Okay.
So they can even convert from one crypto to another crypto automatically. They can not convert. They can convert into fiat. right? So, I mean, again, right, we give them the flexibility. They can do whatever they want, blockchains, different assets, different flows, different conversion schemes. So we kind of like create a Lego, we document the Lego, we have a team of integration specialists. So the business comes and say, guys, we need this solved. And we tell them, you can solve it like this. And they're like, okay.
So I know you had mentioned earlier that there's obviously a ton of different coins out there, especially now, with this DeFi boom, it's rapidly increasing. What are some of the main coins that you see people wanting to accept, and how are you guys also maybe offering options or services for some of these DeFi coins as well?
Yeah, it's a very good question, but also not. It's very hard to answer in our reality. So most of really businesses who accept crypto, you should understand that they are not keeping up with what is happening at all, right? So they kind of like they still not into DeFi. They never heard about it. They probably heard it from their kids, right? But they have no idea what it is. And when you say them DeFi assets, DeFi instruments, they kind of like, what? So this is we have a product about this, how to bring them there. Probably we will have the time to speak about that. But basically what they want to accept is what their users want to pay them into, right? And you understand who are those people, right? So there are a few groups I'm just now inventing, right? There are some people who pay with crypto for a long time, right? They just used to. They use Bitcoin, which might sound weird in 2021, but they just still use Bitcoin. Those who kind of like more into stuff, they were using Ethereum. Now it is expensive, but they know what is USDT already, right? And they know that USDT exists on many blockchains, so they now mostly use Tron, right? So they send USDT on Tron, quick, right, and easy. Exotics not so much. So basically, it's probably Bitcoin, Litecoin, BCH, USDT, something around that. Ethereum sometimes. Right now, we're integrating also Binance Smart Chain. Honestly, we have Binance BNB on the BEP2, right? Nobody using it, honestly. With the Binance Smart Chain, we will see. But kind of, I feel that people don't want to use the blockchain fuel coins, right? Like a native one, like for example, BNB for the Binance Smart Chain. They are not so keen to send it, right? Especially with DeFi, they know that they can do so much fun with this, right? Leasings, stakings, and so on. They kind of don't want to use it for the payment. So it's changing really quickly, right? If we were having this conversation half a year ago, my answers would be completely different.
Right. No, it's so true. And that's where, I would imagine you guys really do offer a tool and service to the businesses you work with. Because like you said, they're not keeping up on that stuff, especially with how rapidly things are changing. And so on that same note, I noticed you guys have something called a white label service. Can you kind of maybe walk us through? So let's say that I'm a business or I have a platform and I'm looking to partner with some sort of crypto payment solution. Can you kind of walk us through what some of those different options are?
So I would say 4 levels, right? I already briefly explained for 3. I will just structure it again, right? So our system is what? Is the bunch of the blockchain integrations. It's accounting system, which kind of calculates the prices, checks the score of transactions, grabs the Forex prices to recalculate some exotics into some exotics, right, which doesn't exist on the market just straight away. So this is like a bunch of providers. So basically different levels are, somebody would say, like, I just want API to use cryptocurrencies, right? We just give them the whole solution. They don't need to spin the nodes. They have a support team, right? So they use blockchains with support team, right?